for the Dire, you want someone who can kind of resist the glimpse, but also resist Spirit Breaker charging. So I mean, they did ban the Puck. Puck would have been actually amazing for the Dire side right now. We do have Faceless and Gyro both being banned. Faceless is a really nice ban against the Spirit Breaker.
10 seconds remaining.
Against Disruptor and
5
Spirit
seconds
Breaker,
remaining.
who would you pick? I mean, Juggernaut would be a nice carry because when he spins, he can get bash still, but he can't get
Radiant team
glimpse.
pick.
Bristleback, I guess. Well, I don't see Bristleback being a huge threat to Spirit Breaker because Spirit Breaker is just gonna get a silver edge. Hopefully, his laning phase goes well for him. But Bristle is always a pain in the butt
10
until you get that
seconds
silver
remaining.
edge up and running. The
5
Radiant, what they
seconds
need is
remaining.
someone who can burst right now. They kind of have the lockdown, they need the burst. So we do have Beastmaster, more lockdown, with his wild axes and all of his minions he can control. I would say that's pretty burstful. Especially locking down the Bristleback for so long between the bashes and the primal
10
roar.
seconds remaining.
The Dire now looking to
5
pick up a
seconds
carry,
remaining.
more than likely, going to save their mid for their last pick. Like I said, Juggernaut would not be a bad pick. Wait, what? Okay, so they picked up DP. Oh, I don't feel like DP was the best pick for this lineup. Yes, they now do have pushing, but I feel like maybe a Dragon Knight would have been better. Because DP is going to get charged an awful lot, and now there's an OD on the field. So we will see how that plays out. So we're going to be having OD versus DP mid lane. With a Spirit Breaker and a Disruptor. Spirit Breaker is constantly going to be charging this DP. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of action mid. OD basically is just going to Astral Imprison her when Spirit Breaker is about halfway there, and then the bash comes in. So we will definitely see. I think DP is definitely going to be needing babysit that by Sand King this game. So we do have bans, so both are looking to get a carry. The side of the Radiant should ban Juggernaut. I feel like Juggernaut is a really, really strong character right now.
Radiant team ban.
I mean, I don't really see Lifestealer being in the comp of the Radiant.
10 seconds remaining.
Telling you, man, ban
5
Juggernaut.
seconds remaining.
I could see like Sven or for the Radiant.
Radiant team pick.
And now they're picking. We have the Tiny and Lifestealer for the two final bans from both teams.
Ten seconds remaining.
I know we see Juggernaut a lot, and
5
honestly, I
seconds
hate
remaining.
seeing him as much as I do, but he is definitely a pretty good carry all around. He's very average in everything, in my personal opinion. I don't think he's the greatest at like anything, but he's definitely really good, and he's got high attack speed. So still thinking what would go well. Because basically, I mean, they have a lot of stun and a lot of hold, like, and a lot of stall. Like, So you want someone now who can burst. Ben can do that. Morphling would be a pretty good carry right now. Just anyone with that kind of burst potential once they hit that level, a certain level, you know, level 7 for Morphling can. He doesn't have a strong burst yet, but it's still a pretty good burst. Ben with his level 6. I mean, Juggernaut wouldn't be bad.
Dire team pick.
PL. I mean, I don't know. I don't like this Phantom Lancer pick. I mean, you got the Sand King, the Wedge Doctor, the Bristle, and the DP. Like, all of them hit the illusions as quick as possible along with the main. Like, you got the Quills, you got the Sand King Epicenter slash Caustic Finale. You have the Witch Doctor with his all. I mean, I guess that's a single right now, so, I mean, Phantom Lancer in a way counters Witch Doctor, not a problem. But DP also has the Exorcism and the Crypt Swarm. So, I mean, I feel like PL is going to be really hard to get online. And honestly, if they go Juggernaut with Battle Fury now, I feel like the PL kind of just went into that lineup. But who knows? The Dire could pick someone else. There are definitely a lot more heroes to pick from. I mean, we do have Chaos Knight. He would be another decent one to bring out on the field. Okay, I was talking about DK earlier. So I guess they're gonna want to be pushing down the towers pretty fast and not take this into late game. That's so funny. I was talking about DK mid, but now it looks like we will be having a DK safe.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
And we are going to be getting started here in just a moment. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. I had to mute my mic. I sneezed. Okay. Hopefully it says the names in the thing in the game. Man, there's like, look at this. This layout is so boring. Oh, it's so bad. Okay. So it does look like, oh, we got a PL mid against a DP. So, I mean, as long as PL gets the Soul Ring up and running, gets that regen, he'll be fine against DP. He'll actually run DP out of lane. We got a little action going up top against the Beastmaster. Nothing too big. Bottom, we do have a A dire ward. They did ping it out, so they definitely do see it. We have a OD safe lane.
The battle begins.
Okay, so it does look like it's 2-2.
That's for me.
And the glimpse. They're gonna be trying to get this Sand King kill. Do they have enough? They do have. He does have Burrow Strike up. What?
First blood.
And I think that was a misclick. We do have a dire ward mid for Mushi Mushi. Mushi Mushi does not have a ward up and running. So I think early game Mushi Mushi is definitely going to struggle against this DP. But as time goes by, he's definitely going to outscale the DP. So we do have DK safe, Witch Doctor as his support against the Beastmaster. Beastmaster is in a little bit of a trouble, but that is offlane nowadays. We do have Bristle and Sand King bottom against the Spirit Breaker, Disruptor, and OD. Spirit Breaker harassing just a bit. It does look like he is out of quills. Gonna be saving that 35 more mana. And it does look like he is out of mana, so this could be a kill on Spirit Breaker, but Spirit Breaker does have charge, does charge away, and he is out of range of the quills. So he will be fine, and he is TPing back to base since he can just charge back in the fight. And it does look like he did use a mango, so that is one less mango, 150 mana down, and 1 regen per second. So meanwhile, mid we got PL struggling just a bit. Like I said, he's gonna be struggling. 5-4, 7-1. So definitely getting the denies in. I mean, he's not doing too bad for struggling early game with his health pool and stuff. We do have Beastmaster trying to do some work up here, but DK I think is definitely going to be A-okay. DK is one of those guys who you really don't want to face no matter what. He's got the regen. Once he gets the soul ring, like, his dragon player is so stupidly retarded.
I'll have your skull for my satchel.
And it does look like we did miss a kill on the Beastmaster, but nothing too out of the ordinary. And Witch Doctor may get this kill on the Disruptor, but he does salve up. And he will be fine. We do have a double damage just expiring on the Sand King, but Sand King does not chase. And it does look like Bristle will be trying to chase the Spirit Breaker, but it does look like the Astral Imprisonment does prevent the Bristleback from chasing the Spirit Breaker any farther, trying to look for that kill. Okay, so we do have 16-5 for the DP and 13-5. So, all things considered, we will be seeing Soul Ring, right? Yeah. We do have Magic Wand, which isn't bad against DP. DP does kind of spam her Swarm and her Siphon. DK, man, you don't want to trade with a DK. You don't want to do that, Beastmaster. You want to get in, get out. So it does look like an Arcana rune will be going in on the Disruptor. It does look like the Malady does have Spirit Breaker. It does look like Spirit Breaker is not in the circle, trying to bring down the Sand King, but SB will die at the cost. Oh, wait. He will try at the cost of his life. Sorry, I'm a little stuffy today. I don't know why. So please forgive that. But it does look like we do have the clarity coming on. I mean, he's pretty much full mana, so clarity is not going to really do too much. Astral Imprisonment up in 1. Yeah, this would be a me OD, because I'd be like spamming my Q and it would never work. Uh-oh. OD could be in trouble. Could be in trouble. But he does have enough for Astral. Bristle did realize that he does not have enough for another Mana Quell, so he just backs off. 12 intel being stolen by the OD. So he actually will have enough intel to cast more Quills once he gets the mana. Spiritbreaker does get the kill on the Witch Doctor with the help of Disruptor. And I'm sure Beastmaster did not help whatsoever because he was gone at the fountain. DK we do have at 24 last hits. Going for the boot. He's got brown boots. He's going for that soul ring. Like I said, he's going to be spamming the dragon fire. And it does look like we do have phase boots on the DP. Meanwhile, Top Sinking does stun the Beastmaster. He does not. He does have enough now for his Dragon Tail, but does not have enough back then. The Wild Axes coming out and about. You know, and this is. I really hope they watch this after, because. So when you're laning with Beastmaster, you don't want to grab Wild Axes. Wild Axes are a big no-no in lane. Most you want to get is 1 point in that. And it does look like he should have just went for that kill, but he stuttered and it cost him without a kill. But basically, Beastmaster, we do have a attempt on the Witch Doctor's life. Spiritbreaker does charge, the Disruptor does get that field up and running. It does look like Spiritbreaker will be going down, but PL, actually Disruptor finds the kill on the Witch Doctor. Meanwhile, we do have a TP top, the Wild Axes coming out. Do miss the DK to get 1 now. But yeah, like I was saying, DK is a hero that, and it does look like the glimpse coming back, the field coming up and about. It does look like the stun on the Beastmaster. Beastmaster does have enough for the roar and the axes, and that will be a dead DK. Very nicely done by that trio. Meanwhile, bottom we do have the Bristle pushing. The Sand King. I think he's gonna see what's up. OD did TP. But okay, let me finish what I was saying. So the Beastmaster, okay? I was saying, Call of the Wild, having that boar slow 40%, like, he could almost have the 40% slow on the boar with that 40 attack damage. And having almost 2 of them up almost consistently is such a huge advantage, like, especially against DK, which is a melee hero. Like, and he doesn't have a fast base movement speed, per se. I mean, yes, he's got his boots, but other than that, I mean, it's such a huge... Because it's just a huge slow, like, having 2 boars on the field, slowing a character that really isn't known for his speed is just huge. So we do have a DP teleporting in, the Astral Imprisonment coming out. OD is dropping low, and it does look like the Bristle will finish him off. The charge coming in, but that will cost Spiritbreaker with his life, the Burrow Strike coming into play. And that will be a 2-for-0 trade. Very nicely done for the Dire side. We do have Exorcism up, but not enough mana. Just get the clarity. So I think we're going to be seeing this tower being pushed. And it does look like Orange is saying, you know what, Teal, you should come up top and try to kill this guy with us. We do have enough for the roar, but it does not come out. The Spiritbreaker charges and starts bashing, but they don't have the damage of what they need now with the armor of the Dragon Knight. The glimpse coming back, but to what extent? DK can actually fight this. I am not sure why he is turning and hightailing it out. So like I said, the Exorcism was used. And that tier 2-1 does go down. I really don't know why DK actually ran from that fight. He definitely could have killed one, probably both. We do have Roar coming out. He did miss with the one axe, so he doesn't have that pure damage that he wanted to have.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Clarity on the Witch Doctor. Spiritbreaker charging the Sand King. Sand King does get the Burrow Strike off the Spiritbreaker. Spiritbreaker does not have charge for quite a while. The Astral Imprisonment does get the Bristle, but the Burrow Strike coming into play. There is a slow, but it does look like Sand King will be going down to the OD. OD does get that 14. The Spiritbreaker charging. Spiritbreaker's really got to be careful here. Hopefully he gets a bash, but he just keeps going. The glimpse coming in. OD just putting him up. One more hit and it will drop the Bristle back. Well, from the OD. Spiritbreaker is... Oh, it's going to be close. And Spiritbreaker does live, bringing down the Bristle back with that charge. Very nicely done. It does look like PL is charging on the Witch Doctor. Does get that kill. Cleaning up. Very nicely done by the Radiant team. I did miss a kill. Wait. The creeps killed OD. Oh, that's a huge blunder. OD is down for like 25 seconds and loses some gold.
Radiant's top tower
Does look like the DK will be trying to get out. Does stun the Disruptor. The Roar coming out on the DK, and it does look like they are going to try to fight this. The glimpse, where's the glimpse? But there is no glimpse. They do see that Bristle is up in play. The glimpse coming on the Bristle. Bristle does go back. OD TPing now, and it does look like Spiritbreaker is charging the Dragon Knight. I'm not sure if OD is going to pursue this. He is going to pursue this, but will it be enough? No, he actually, Spiritbreaker charges. The Burrow Strike will be coming in on OD, and it does look like OD will get stunned up. The Witch Doctor, all Death Ward just finishing off the OD, and it does look like Spiritbreaker may be going down to the Quills of the Bristle. Does get the charge in. The Sand King does get the Sandstorm to just miss a couple auto attacks. Does look like the Beastmaster does get his wild axes out, and it does look like Bristle will not be going down. The Burrow Strike from the Sand King, and it does look like the Charge of Darkness on the Sand King. Sand King, oh, getting saved by that stun. Oh, very nice cast by the Witch Doctor. It does look like the Burrow Strike on the Sand King coming back into play. The double kill on PL. Almost has, actually he doesn't almost have his Diffusal Blade. I lied. Don't listen to me. We do have a regen rune bottom. DK does pop a Clarity. Beastmaster trying to get what he can up top.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
DK actually went Blink first, so they're not gonna have that big of a damage. I feel like they are missing that burst damage. Like, neither team really has much burst damage, but I feel like between the two teams that the Radiant have more burst just because of OD and Beastmaster. They're still not very technical burst teams, but I mean, hey, they got the stuns, the Maledicts on the OD. OD's gonna Astral Imprisonment himself. The Witch Doctor does channel his off, and it does look like OD will be going down. I mean, that blink, it's not a bad item. I'm just saying, I think they're lacking some burst damage. They got the stuns, no question about that. That I'm not questioning. So it does look like they are pinging the bottom shrine. The ward, and they do ping it out immediately. So I believe they do see that they do have a ward there. They are chasing. DK does have a blink, so I don't think he's in any harm's danger. The Exorcism coming out, and that will be a fallen tier 1. tower, possibly, but the Spirit Breaker does charge in. The Beastmaster does have his roar. The Burrow Strike is there. The Yule's on the DP, and it does look like the silence coming out on the Beastmaster, but will it be enough? And it does look like the roar does hit her right before Spirit Breaker dies. Spirit Breaker will actually be getting out alive unless he turns. The Burrow Strike coming in on the Beastmaster, and it does look like the field catching Witch and Sand King, dropping them to about half health each. Does look like the cast does stun them up, so they are not able to follow up with anything else, and that will be a 1-for-0 trade going in the way for the Radiant side. We do have a Vanguard on for Bristleback going for a Radiance build. Next item, we do have OD almost completing his 4-staff, Sand King, Mana Boots, trying to get that Blink Dagger up and running. DK going for a BKB next item. DP maybe an Octarine Core next. Does have that Yule, so I'm assuming she wants to cool down. And it does look like Spirit Breaker was going to charge, but canceled that. And it does look like Disruptor actually goes down to the Witch Doctor. I'm not sure. I think that might have been a solo kill. No, DK was there. Axis hitting all 3. Still does not have any points in Call of the Wild. And this tier 1 tower does fall. If he had backup, I think Beastmaster would have died. The charge coming out on the DK. The cast coming in does get that. Does not get the bounce on the heroes, but you know what? Who cares? They don't need it. The Dire team are definitely doing a really good job to keep the push up and going. That way the Radiant don't really have any time to get PL online. And that's pretty much their entire game plan. They need to keep pressure on. Because late game, I really don't think anyone can stop PL. But PL right now is kind of useless, I feel like. Late game though, he'll definitely be a contender. There we go, Call of the Wild, finally. So we do have the Diffusal Blade done on PL. And we do have OD finishing up his 4-staff. So we do have a little bit more movement speed, a slow coming out. So we'll see what is going on. This could be really bad. It does look like DP does get the silence, does Yules himself. That could be a really bad Yules, because he was in no danger in getting silenced or anything else. He should have just stayed there and not Yules. The slow on the DK. DK does get glimpsed. The Disruptor does get silenced, does get stunned. Bristle and DP are chasing him. The stun, the cast bounce on the OD. OD is now in danger of the goo. And it does look like they will be pursuing this. The Yules on the PL. Can they get the silence off? They do not silence him, but he does not. There we go. And it does look like the closest, the Death Ward trying to do its damage. And it does look like the charge going in on the Witch Doctor, but for what? That was pretty much a suicide by the Spirit Breaker. And it does look like PL trying to do what he can with the Spirit Lance, but in all attempts, they can't really do too much. And it does look like the top tier 2 tower for the Radiant. Meanwhile, Beastmaster does push that bottom tier 1. And it does look like DP will be teleporting home. Very nicely done by the Dire team. And it does look like they are trying to go on the Sand King. Sand King does get glimpsed back. He does not have Blink. He does not have, oh no, they got no dust. Now, I do have a Sentry Ward. I lied. And it does look like the ult will be coming out, and it does look like SK will be a dead one. A dead mother trucking Scorpion. Bristleback about 2 grand away from his Radiance. Beastmaster throwing his Wild Axes does get silenced up by the DP. It does look like DP does get charge off on the Witch Doctor. The cast coming out, stunning, so he does not get stunned up. The Wild Axe is coming out. The Soul Ring is available. The Roar will not be used. Very nicely done by Beastmaster and Spirit Breaker picking off that Witch Doctor. DP is quite low. It does not have the mana. It does have the Yules and will be using the Spirit Breaker before he gets the hit. The Glimpse coming back, and DP does not have enough mana for anything, and OD just annihilates him. The Roar and everything. Holy mother of pearl. And it does look like they will be pushing bot as 5. So this tier 2 tower, I believe, is going to be going down. DK does have his ult, will be popping it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, Bristle pushing top does get like almost 200 damage on that top tier 3. It does look like DK does TP back home. Witch Doctor, the lone defender of bottom tier 3. The Wild Axe is coming out for the Beastmaster. Beastmaster does have that Shadow Blade. It's going Necromancer, whatever you want to call it. The Book of Shadows. We do have Sand King just waiting top. Does have his Blink Dagger as of recently. 400 night vision on the Spirit Breaker. 7+ armor for the Beastmaster. With Doctor warding down bottom. Spirit Breaker is actually going a Spirit Vessel, so I don't think
Dire are scanning.
we won't be seeing a Silver Edge anytime soon, so Bristle kind of has free roam. As long as he does not get hit in the front. Which is always not good when you're playing a Spirit Breaker and Roar. So we'll see how it goes. We do have push top by the Beastmaster and the OD. Beastmaster does get that Call of the Wild going. Does look like the Hawk will be trying to scout out. Won't be seeing anyone because there are 5 mid for the Dire team. The Glyph does come out. And it does look like they do smoke out, but it does look like Disruptor does break the smoke. The Glimpse may be coming out. The Silence coming out on the PL. PL Silence does not have the Manta, but the Silence does wear off. And it does look like, no! Oh man, he is in trouble. He does not go to the Glyph, and it does look like the Burrow Strike from the Sand King bringing Mushy down. And this could definitely be a tier 3. Does have buyback. There is Exorcism up, and there is DK ult. I don't know why they are backing. They should push this tower. They both have Exorcism, and they have Elder Dragon form. There we go. Spirit Breaker does get the Sand King. The Glyph coming out. PL does buy back, and that is what they wanted. They got a lot of that tower damage, and it was still ticking. And with that, I think they can roast. They do still have Exorcism, but they are not going to roast. It does look like DP will be getting this Invis rune.
Invisibility.
DK is in a bit of a trouble. Does have BKB, does get Astral Imprisonment, but that was a really bad Astral Imprisonment. They could definitely have set up from that. It does look like the Witch Doctor just sent out the cast, the BKB coming out from the Dragon Knight. And like I said, that was a bad Astral Imprisonment. Like, they gave the team time to counter. Like, oh man. I don't like solo Astral Imprisonments. I like teamfight Astral Imprisonments or to save someone. Like, that could have been so much worse for the Radiant side. But they do get a tier 1 tower out of that push. It does look like Sand King is waiting for Epicenter with the... And it does look like he is charging the Bristleback, who almost has that Radiance. They are making their way top. Ooh, that first hit bash! And it does look like the Diffusal Blade will be draining Bristle of his mana. It does look like the charge coming through again, and that will be a dead Bristleback. OD getting stunned up. Silence. Will it be enough to bring him down? The Astral Imprisonment will be there. but he does not astral himself. DK does have Blink up and running in 2. Elder Dragon form does not get the hit. He just needs to get that Blink off. But the Spirit Breaker does get that ult off on the DK. Spirit Siphon coming in on the PL. PL does have the W going to the fountain. And it does look like Outworld Devourer trying to get those stacks up. Does have 24, but does get stunned up. Very nicely done. Disruptor does get the DK and the DP in the ult, but DK just BKBs out of it. Blinks forward, and it does look like this Disruptor will be falling. Ooh! Will not be falling. Very nicely done. 1 hit away. What kind of person are you, Dragon Knight? And it does look like this possibly will be Roche. It does look like the Mana Boots coming out. The Exorcism may be coming out. There we go. And that will be a free Roche for the Dire side. As we watch this beautiful Roche being taken. It does look like the epicenter does come out. Sorry about that, guys. Doesn't really connect on too much. The DP still does have quite a bit of Exorcism. Exorcism coming in now. We'll get full Astral Imprisonment. The Burrow Strike on the 2. Spirit Breaker dropping off of the low. Spirit Breaker does manage to get his ult up, but doesn't really do too much. And it does look like, Outworld will be trying to get those stacks. Does have 16 stacks up and running. Is unsilenced. And it does look like the glimpse on the DP. Man, that was a very nice field. But will it be enough? There is no tier 2 tower. OD actually Astral imprisons the Bristleback, and it does look like the ult coming out, but it is not enough. And it does look like Beastmaster is behind, does Shadow Blade out, the Sentry Ward coming out, and it does look like this will be pushed for top tier 3.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Man, and this tower is gonna melt with that dragon form. Very nicely done by the Dire side.
Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
And it does look like Spirit Breaker actually charges. Does hit the Bristle. Bristle does get caught. And he is on the edge of the field. But Bristle, man, there is no like silver edge. So you cannot focus a Bristle in the midst of a fight. The Radiance will be online for the next fight with Bristle. Beastmaster trying to push out mid, but just can't. Thanking. Just bottom. You know, doing his thing. Almost has his 4 staff. I feel like if I was on Team Dire, I would want to keep pushing non-stop. Like, they don't have Elder for another 50, but I believe they do have Exorcism up. So they got Aeon Disc. Have her go back, get full mana, and go push with that. Does look like DK and Bristle both get the Beastmaster, and Beastmaster does fall down. And that is a dead Beastmaster for 70 seconds. Does have buyback. And this is the time they need to push. Arcane Rune top. Maybe if DP gets. PL trying to find the... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Nope. Same King does not go up. Does spot the Arcane Rune. He should save it for DP. There we go. Okay, with this, they should definitely push. It's 101 second cooldown now. Quite far off from Octarine Source, so I don't see them not pushing until that. They got the Radiance. They still have a 8-second BKB. Aegis on DK. Like this is gonna be a hard push to defend. As you can see, top 3 net worth, 11,000. DP, Bristle, DK with 10,000 on PL. And Elder Dragon form not even being used. Don't give a care. They are just whacking away at the tower. Does look like Yule's on the Spirit Breaker, and it does look like where's the Exorcism? There it is. The epicenter coming out. It does look like the Aegis was used. Spirit Breaker dropping, PL dropping awfully low, but does get out the BKB on the DK, and it does look like OD is stunned up and does not move whatsoever. Beastmaster will be going down the Aeon disc, coming out. Beastmaster buying back, Spiritbreaker buying back, and it does look like Spiritbreaker will instantly be falling again almost, but no! It does look like DP does get a little cocky there. Does manage to fall. The charge on the Witch Doctor. Ooh, that's a nice cast. Oh man, that was a beautiful cast. I feel like they definitely could have done a lot with that. Woo, Witch Doctor getting out alive. So they did get the top range racks, and they did get a tier 3 tower off of that push. DP, I feel like, definitely went in ham. And I feel like if she would have stayed back and just tried to focus the buildings, they definitely would have got these. But I feel like she went too far deep, got killed, couldn't recover, and that kind of ended the push. Heaven's Halberd on the DK. But you know what? Exorcism up almost by the time she gets back up will be by the time she wants to push again. And I feel like all they need to really do is not overextend and push bottom. PL definitely needs a lot more farm to contend with the team. OD needs a BKB, which he is working on. I don't think he's going to have it in time. I feel like, yeah, Hurricane Pike is a needed item, but this game I feel like he should have got that Force Staff, which would have gave him the mobility. And since there are so many stuns on the Dire team, and they're reliable stuns too, they're not like you can have them miss you and stuff like that. Like, if you click on them, it's a reliable stun. I feel like OD definitely needed a BKB this game a lot earlier. As you can see, in most every fight, he's being insta-stunned and perma-stunned. And he's not able to do much. He's not able to get his stacks, not able to astral imprison anyone, and he's not able to, whatever it's called.
I'll take that.
Trinity Eclipse. So we got that force, DK and DP. Just pushing in.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Aeon disc. That's a pretty funny item.
Regeneration.
And this tier 2 is actually going to be given up without a fight. OG does get the denying. I don't think it's that big of a deal right now. I think when they see this Beastmaster top, they definitely should push. Silver Edge on the Beastmaster for the Bristleback. DP actually TP's top. So does... Oh. They're just prolonging this game. I feel like the later this game goes, the more of a chance the Radiant team have. I mean, they have OD and PL. These are two heroes that you don't want to get big. They're doing such a nice job in doing so. We do have the BKB on Bristle, BKB on Dragon, and it does look like she is going possibly Octarine Core. Almost has level 3 Necro. Alright, level 2, sorry about that. I think they're waiting for Roche. I feel like this is where a lot of people struggle. Like, they have such a commanding lead, and I don't think they know it right now. And I don't think they realize that the later this game goes, the more PL and OD kind of scale. Because right now they're fighting this team without BKBs. Like, once they all get beat, the epicenter coming out, the Burrow Strike on the SB, and that is one dead SB. The silence coming out on the Bristle and the Sand King, and it's just like the BKBs coming out on the Bristle and the DK. Exorcism coming out for the DP. Does get the Disruptor, but it does look like OD will be keeping to safety, and that will be a 2-0. And it does look like they should push off of this. Like these are two big ults that they just used. Epicenter was also used. So like they either need to push while they're split.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack.
Or they need to keep getting pickoffs until their ults are back up again. Because I feel like without those three big components in their team fight, I don't feel like they can contend. Like DK no ult, DP no ult, banking no ult. Witch Doctor's Death Ward is quite a short cooldown compared to everyone else's. And it's just kind of like a stalemate, like no team really wants to do anything.
Radiant are scanning.
Roche is back up, so we should be looking at the next DP ult to take that. DP ult is back up and running. 108 seconds with the Octarine core. And they do discover that with the smoked Witch Doctor. And they will be going in and they will be taking Roche with the next exorcism. And I'm going to assume DK is going to take the Aegis DP with the cheese. Because basically you want that DP exorcism to last as long as possible. So DP can actually run in there and kind of like suicide with the cheese.
Dragons live forever.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Exorcism will be down. But we do have Elder Form, we do have Epicenter up. So I mean, all but Exorcism. I think the win scenario for OD and them is to take the DK and take the Witch. And keep the Sand King from getting his Epicenter off. He's just going to stay in the back though. So it's going to be really, really difficult. They need to bait the BKBs out before a big engagement. It does look like Spearbreaker does charge the Witch Doctor in the back line. Meanwhile, the Bristle does fall quite a bit. 36 stacks. Very nicely done, and it does look like the Heaven's Halberd coming up. DK does get that melee racked, and it does look like PL will fall to the SK. It does look like the ult coming out, dropping everybody mana to almost 0. PL does buy back. The DP overextended a bit, but does have the cheese. Oh, does not have the cheese. That is... Ooh, that's a dead DP. And they're just kind of leaving him. They're like, nah, you know what? You're gone. I'm not sure why Beastmaster does get that bottom. I'm not sure. They're waiting way too long for these engagements. Gotta give that Q. There you go. Should have definitely gotten that out sooner. The charge coming on, and it just looks like the Dust. DK now fighting directly with the Beastmaster. DK, that armor is now back up and running, but it does look like DK might fall. No! Oh man, the Witch Doctor Maledict slash cast slash Death Ward just hammers the Beastmaster and Spearbreaker. DP buying back, saying, you know what, we are ending this now. Beastmaster and Spearbreaker are both out down. I have ult back. We are ending this. And they're gonna wait for the creeps. Bottom. It's gonna be a little bit. Uh-oh. This could be a dead Disruptor. Oh, this could be a dead OD. He wants to go up. He's going to get stunned. And he's going to get cast and maledict. And this could be the BKB coming out. And it does look like, oh, the Glimmer Cape. The dust coming out. The glimpse on the DK. But no, he gets Astral imprisoned. But it still works. Didn't know that. Bristleback getting a double kill on OD. And Disruptor with the spine, the bristles, whatever you want to call it. Does look like they're trying to get the PL, but that's just an illusion. The buyback's coming out from OD and Beastmaster. They're charging in on the Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight does have the BKB up and running, but he does not have the Aegis. A good epicenter, very nicely done on the Beastmaster and Spiritbreaker. That is both die. A dieback on Beastmaster and OD. Spiritbreaker does buyback. PL trying to do what he can, does get silenced up. The GP does get charged. The Burrow Strike is missing, and it does look like DP does have Yules. Spirit Siphon coming out on the SB. Meanwhile, the tower, tier 3 tower, does fall, and the GG being called. Just PL cannot do enough damage. The Burrow Strike coming out on the PL. PL just trying to do, but does get stunned up, and it does look like he will get chain stunned, but no, the game ends. GG, well played, dire victory. And it just logged me out for some odd reason. But very nicely done by both teams. Does look like the Dire does win that one. And I'm not sure what's going on because